So over the past 2 months, I have been in isolation in this place, and I tell you, it has been a challenge in itself. But I noticed something. There's periods of your life that you don't quite understand at the time until a sequel or part 2 rolls out. Now let me explain. When I was back in the UK, I was homeless, living in my car for about 4 months. And it was challenging at the time, but I had to just submit to it because I didn't want to get back into foundation over in the UK because I didn't want to be there anymore. So I decided to just stay homeless. It was a fucking challenge. Now I'm rolling on to my 5th month, which is fucking crazy, in Thailand. What I mean by the sequel is that being in isolation here, now I said, and be careful here with the power of your mind and the power of how you speak to physical reality, because things do come into fruition. If you ask for it, it will happen. I asked for total isolation. So after the first 2 months being in Thailand, I decided to head over to Malaysia. I went to a place called Langkawi and I did not like it at all. I think there was just a bit of mental turbulence and it was all new to me, moving over to another country straight after leaving the UK, coming over to Thailand, and then leaving after 2 months. But about 4 days later, I returned back to Thailand and I decided that I was gonna go close to where I knew because it was cheap. I knew how to set myself up fast. But there was a catch to moving into this environment. At the start, it was fine. I had everything I needed. I had a bike, I had facilities, I was able to go to the beach. However, as time went on, fun started to go down and frustration and stress started to cave in. And this period has been super challenging because it's put me in a position where I was willing to just give it all up. Now that has led me to moving on to my next location. So this is the part 2 of being homeless in the UK. Now I have completed this section of being in isolation. Now I understand why I was homeless in the UK. But in the time, I just thought it was a period of stress, of understanding that people weren't actually by my side. And this final period in Thailand where I've had complete isolation has taught me and has showed me that I can be alone now. It hasn't been the most productive because I've come to a final realization that I'm in a period of my life where I'm not quite hit my 30s yet. I've still got all my energy. I've still got my testosterone. But being in this environment, I've been laying dormant, not being able to connect with people that I needed. So the final goodbye for Rayong, it has been a pleasure here. There's a lot of things that don't suit my standard. If you don't have a bike in this area and you like the beach and you like to be social around people, then you're gonna really struggle here. But I had to do what I had to do because I was in this position, and I think from now on it's good to be transparent and authentic on my journey because I'd like to document what's gonna happen next. So I decided that I'm gonna pack up this life here. I'm actually leaving 1 week earlier because I'm at the final point where my mind just physically can't take not being around people, not being social, or not having a general English conversation. And I said a few moments ago, be careful what you wish for, because I asked for complete isolation and I put myself in this place. So I only have myself accountable. Now I move on. So the next location is the infamous Chiang Mai. Now I managed to get an extension on my visa for 30 days. It's the final one before I have to actually leave the country. Well, I did leave in Malaysia, but I have 5 weeks to fulfill an adventure in Chiang Mai. So I decided to book a bus, which is a luxury economy bus. It has massage chairs. I'm happy to go in whatever transport as long as I get to the next location. When I was heading over to Malaysia, I was on a sleeper train. It was not the best quality, but it was a fucking experience. I miss adventure and I miss being around people now, and start making videos over there because I want to show you my journey and how I'm literally going from nothing, making internet money now, and starting to build that foundation, because my next stop will be a completely new country after the 30 days that I have in Chiang Mai. And a final thing to say is that when you're in an environment, you may not understand something in the moment, but as time goes on, you start to piece the puzzle together. And what I've done for you, I have collected a mini database of how to set yourself up in Thailand fast, cheap, and quick. There's a lot of contradiction between how to live here, prices, location. Now, I've only been to 2 locations and I'm about to head out to my 3rd, but from doing research, Chiang Mai is not far off from this place, from living, food situation. Like, I know how to live cheap now until my life starts to evolve. So in an upcoming video, I'm gonna put everything together on how you can get yourself out here to Thailand, getting yourself into the life as fast as possible. Chiang Mai, here we come.